and welcome to Straightforward. Today we have the pleasure of visiting with our first sergeant retired,
Yes.
Marlon Knight, and he has served our country for more than 22 years, almost 23,
Yes.
and he's still serving in a capacity out at Fort Benning. And in addition to all of that, he has founded Servant Men's Ministry.
Yes.
Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I tell you, so again, we can't thank you enough for your service.
Yes, ma'am.
I definitely want to thank your wife and your family, because being a former military spouse, I know is a sacrifice.
Yes.
Our videographer, David Phillips, is retired military as well.
Yes.
And so people, unless you've seen that, you don't know what that looks like.
Yes.
So for 22 years of your very young life, because you're still a pretty young guy,
Yes,
you gave it to the USA,
Yes,
trying to ensure our freedom.
Yes, ma'am.
And we can't thank you enough for that. So in your journey in the military, I know you saw a lot.
Yes.
What did you do in the military?
I was a tank company first sergeant, so I was armor,
Wow.
19 kilo armor,
So you had real work.
real work.
It wasn't cushy.
No, no, no. A lot of maintenance and a lot of grit and grind, managing, 100 plus soldiers.
Really?
And sometimes doing deployment. I originally managing over 72, but it added addition when we get tasked out to go fight. But that was my journey for 22 years. I loved it. If I could do it again, I'd do it again.
Really?
It wasn't no mistake that I was groomed to do this work.
Right. So you were already on one battlefield.
Yes, ma'am.
Before you came to this battlefield.
Yes, ma'am.
And this is where you're trying to make a difference in the lives of men.
Yes, ma'am.
Not just mature men, but young men.
Young men.
Right. And so you're originally from Florida.
Yes, ma'am. Sanford, Florida.
Okay, so that's kind of near Orlando,
Yes,
the
ma'am.
good life,
Yes,
the
ma'am.
tourist world. And so is it the military that brought you to Georgia?
Yes, ma'am. This is my third time now, because I was here in 95 to 98. I went to Germany, and then I came back here in 2011 and retired in 2015. Went to Charlotte for 1 year to help out with ministry, and then we came back here. So I'm back here in the footprint. I live out in Pittsburgh, Alabama right now.
Okay, you live out on an estate. See, we know about, and I tell my mentors, State Senator Ed Harbison, who is a Vietnam veteran.
Yes,
He's
ma'am.
a Marine.
Yes, ma'am.
Multiple tours. And I keep telling him that all of you all wealthy retired people move over to Alabama on those estates. And we need to do something about that. We got to keep some of that money over here. And so you all go out there where you can just spread out and live a good, comfortable life.
Yes, ma'am.
I keep telling him, I've been telling him that for years. So you just another example to prove my argument. But what you have decided to do is to provide this nonprofit outreach.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's free.
That's free.
And whosoever will,
Whosoever will.
whatever the need.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so when did you decide to come up with this? Because you were already serving.
Yes, ma'am. Well, during my tenure growing up, where I come from, my community, we had opportunity to be part of, Cub Scout, Boy Scouts, Boys and Girls Club, YMCA. As I grew as a young man, my passion was mentorship, and I got mentored. I was on the verge of dropping out of high school due to, family things, switching schools and those things of nature, because I was raised by my grandmother. And
So that not having that stability.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you were just almost gave up.
I almost gave up.
Okay.
And then the reins got let go, and I got mentored by Mr. Dave Farr. He was the director of our Chamber of Commerce in our community, and he reached out to me, and they had this program, and he said, "You're not the one to give up." I said, "No, I'm not. I just decided that I will, out of all my siblings, I'm the oldest, I'm just going to call it quits, say you can't do that." So he mentored me. And that same year when Pastor 57 came out, they filmed that at the airport in my hometown.
Yes.
Right, like 2 minutes from my house.
Really?
At the airport. So as he mentored me, my journey took off in sports and different things, academics, being a peer specialist at the middle school. And I was also working at the Boys and Girls Club. So at age of 17, I had a lot of responsibility. And at that time, it was young men that they assigned me to, age of 17, not knowing when I graduated what it would come to be when I was over men again in the military for those 22 years.
See, so you were being prepared
Yes, ma'am.
for the next assignment.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. And so someone, and that's why I always tell people, it is so important. Each one reach one, each one teach one.
Yes, ma'am.
And you have a responsibility to give back. So the gentleman that saw something in you said, no, you have too much to offer. You can't quit. And so he sold into you, then you went and you paid it forward.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's really what it's all about. And for the people that don't want to do that, I am not their person.
That's right.
Because I will call them out. I'm not a diplomat. You know my husband, he's more of a diplomat than me. I'm an old social worker. But once you've been in the vineyard and you see what people are doing and they're struggling, and I can identify with your story about your grandmother raising you, because I worked with a federal education grant program at Marshall Middle School many years ago, more than 20 years, and it served children from several housing projects. So a lot of their issues that they brought were social issues. It wasn't because they couldn't learn, they were just overwhelmed with life as kids, you know? And so you are the oldest of how many siblings?
7 siblings.
7?
Yes, ma'am.
So your grandmother raised all 7?
That was different. You know, it was a blended family. My father and mother was never married. She was a young lady when she had me. And
so you and your mom were like growing up together?
like sister and brother.
Okay.
And I just lived with grandma through that 10-year, losing a brother at the age of 7. I was 9 to gun violence in our community.
Really?
And my mom was only 22 years old at that time.
Really?
And losing a son. And but I was able to take the reins and continue to move forward in life, to be that kid that I wanted to make my mom and dad proud, despite of our circumstances in our community. So, but in that help, when I went to the Boys and Girls Club, Mr. Linwood DeBrewer was that guy that really honed it in for me after I got released under the covering of Mr. Dave Farr, who introduced me to that environment.
Isn't that something?
Yes, ma'am.
So it just took one person to connect you with the right person.
That's right.
That could help you get on a path.
That's right.
That would change your life, your family members, and then the other people that you were going to meet along the journey.
Yes, ma'am.
Because it is a journey.
It's a journey.
It is. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to our first break to our sponsors, and we'll be right back. We'll be right back after word from some of our sponsors. Straightforward is brought to you by State Senator Ed Harbison, serving the citizens of Georgia's 15th Senatorial District and on the front lines for veterans every day. Progressive Funeral Home, family owned and operated since 1952. The George Ford legacy of high standards continues today in the compassionate and professional services provided. A touch of dignity for those who care. Progressive Funeral Home, 4235 St. Mary's Road, trusted by generations. Whole Patient Healthcare. Dr. Jada Rimes-Bacote is board certified in family medicine. She believes the best patient care includes practical, individualized lifestyle changes. Located at 1338 13th Avenue, Columbus, 706-641-2080, or visit wholepatienthealthcare.com. The Framing Factory and Art Gallery for professional framing and decorative art, located in Lake Bottom, 1325 17th Street, or call 706-324-3823. And welcome back to Straightforward. I'm enjoying this wonderful conversation with retired First Sergeant Marlon Knight, who is out in the vineyard, men serving other men, mature men serving younger men, really trying to make a difference in the lives of the men, the leaders of the family and the community, which it makes it better for all of us.
Yes, ma'am.
Exactly. So we get the head right, everything else ought to fall in place. And I tell people that. So I want folks to know, and I preach this, and I'm not a preacher. No, I'm not a preacher wife type. It wouldn't work. You probably already realized that in the first 5 minutes. That's full disclaimer. But as a juvenile tracker, I saw many single mothers. And you were saying at 22, your mom lost a child, and you grew up with her to gun violence. Well, weekly, we have single mothers with young boys and girls in juvenile court. And nobody is there to support, lead, guide, or direct. Servants. We might have caseworkers,
But no servants.
but no servants. And that is where we have to try to turn it around. We want to get them on the front end, not when we at Superior Court.
So can I say something to that?
Yes, sir.
So on June 7th, I launched our young men's ministry. I took the word youth out because sometimes that's a distractor and they don't want to be called youth.
Yes.
So I introduced the young men's ministry on June 7th at Father's Day brunch. And that's one of my initiatives I proposed to partner with our juvenile justice here locally.
Really?
To get in and partner with them and their families to hone in their skills and see what God has blessed them with. It's no more throwing the scripture, it's more what is their purpose and where can they go from there.
Yes.
And I said to the men the same thing you said is, can we get them early?
Yes.
Everybody go to the jail, everybody go to the prison, but nobody go to the young.
Exactly.
And we want to catch them before that. That's part of the initiative in this ministry is that we're going to tap into that department soon as we get the clearance and the guidance and the way that we can go and how to partner with them and give these young men. It's good to give bicycles and toys and all that, but can we give them the sustaining knowledge to live their life from this day forward?
Exactly. And I had a young gentleman here who is hosting a community event, Father's Retired Military. He's trying to give back, and he's a young fellow himself. But we have to show our young men something different.
Yes.
If you live in an environment, like you said, the environment that you grew up in was one that was dangerous.
Yes, it was.
And so you went off to the military and you were able, well, through the Boys and Girls Club, but then you went away from your home.
Yes.
And you were able to see different things all over the world.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I tell people, we can't expect for people to do different if they never saw different.
That's right.
If all you see in your community is somebody, the most successful person is the person that's doing things that they shouldn't be doing. You know, they might have the fanciest car, the nicest clothes. That's how a lot of our kids get caught up in gangs, because the gangs, unfortunately, provide for them the things that they cannot get sometimes in their home structure or their community structure. And I'm speaking from experience on that because I've worked with them. So with you, you're going to partner. We're going to get them on the front end because we have kids, very young kids. I mean, they're not teenagers. That's already in the system. You know, and we see where some of them have done things and they have aligned with the wrong, trying to be accepted. So if you can intervene here, whether they're behind academically, is not because some of them are not smart, is they're overwhelmed like yourself in the home environment. So who want to study? If you're not well fed, you know, if you don't have, your clothes are not clean, you know, so you want to put your team out there looking at that. And then for our mature men, you served in the military. You've seen a lot of PTSD.
Yes, ma'am.
And here we have Veterans Court, Drug Court, Mental Health Court, a part of the Chattahoochee Judicial Circuit. That is another resource. So people need to know more about that as you're moving about with your servant men's ministry.
Yes, ma'am.
So your goal, because you've had this great career. And now you got another career. And now you got this wonderful ministry. But your goal is to serve. And meet that need.
To meet the need.
Okay. So what's the plan once we get with Department of Juvenile Justice?
The plan is to find out where we can fit in based on our vision that we have and where we're trying to move, and not more just being a beacon for them, having some hope, showing them what they can have prior to entering this system. I.e., I have men in the ministry that does agricultural, along with myself, have a mini farm, to show them that you can grow with your hands and survive and make honest money by having your own farmer's stand or having your animals that you love that you can sell or grow and process. And those are the things that we hone in. We have men that can work with their hands and build things, and we want to teach those principles so they can be productive men, because in our ministry is Genesis 4:9, am I my brother's keeper?
Right.
That is a true statement. Cain wasn't the true keeper, but God still protected him. We want to show them both sides.
Right.
That even though you were bad, God still has a hand on you and will cover you, versus Abel lost his life for the fruitfulness that he presented to God.
Right. And so you want to give them the tools.
Yes, ma'am.
Not just the word.
Not as a word.
I mean, the word is good.
It's good.
But you got to do something. You got to back it up.
That's right.
The talk and the walk has to line up.
Has to line up.
That's my biggest frustration. For someone, no, that was in social work for more than 30 years.
Yes.
And then when you go to people and it's more than having a program, a celebration.
Yep.
It's being in the trenches every single day.
Yes, ma'am.
Trying to make a difference, trying to show somebody the way. And just like with yourself, sometimes kids just only need that one person to believe in them and to see what those gifts and talents are. So inside of the Servant Men's Ministry, you got people that could teach agriculture, carpentry, building, you're taking care of the animals.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, I don't know if people are familiar with this, but the mayor of Talbotton, of Talbotton, Georgia, his brother is on Country Critters, the veterinarians. They're on TV.
Wow.
And this is somebody that's right up the road.
Right up the road.
So things are possible.
Yes.
So who would think that veterinarians, country veterinarians, could end up on National Geographic on TV?
That's true.
But for our children, we have to show them different. It's not where you come from.
No.
It's not where you come from. It's what you do.
That's right.
Along the way.
That's right.
All right. So what we're going to do is go to our final break to our sponsors. We'll be right back.
Yes.
We'll be right back after word from some of our sponsors. Columbus Pediatrics GA, working together to build lifelong relationships between our staff and patients by consistently providing compassion, excellence, and value with 2 locations. The Old Town office at 3580 Massey Lane, Suite F, 706-596-8667. The Midtown office, 1900 11th Avenue, Suite A, 706-323-3400, ColumbusPediatricsGA.com. Barbara's Cleaning Service, a 5-star commercial service with satisfied customers in Georgia and South Carolina, built on the principle that every detail matters. Barbara's Cleaning Service, a new season building a family legacy. The Autism Hope Center. Diane Pope has dedicated the last 3 decades ensuring that families had support and resources for their loved ones on the autism spectrum. Join the Autism Hope Center for fellowship and resources, located at 200 Hamilton Road, Suite B, or call 706-604-6333. The Miley Agency. Gerald Miley and his team can assist you in every aspect of your insurance needs. Call today for your free quote at 706-996-2045 or visit themiley.agency.com. Welcome back to Straightforward. I'm enjoying this very important conversation with retired First Sergeant. I tell you, Sergeant Knight, I thank you for your service, but I am more excited, and I appreciate you protecting our freedom, but I'm more excited about the Servant Men's Ministry.
Yes, ma'am.
That is where we're going to make a difference.
Yes.
We're going to change the lives of our young men, and we're going to help get them on a path where they can have good, productive, and successful lives.
Yes.
I really want that.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
believe in that. And I chose my major in college because I'm from the neighborhood. And a lot of people, as the song says, started with me. They didn't finish. They didn't finish the race.
Yes.
Some went very early because the world, they got caught up in the world. You know, some go to the world and they make it back, you know. And so I'm just happy to see that you all are getting in at the ground level.
Yes, ma'am.
Of course, we know our adult men struggle with depression and mental health. You know that from being former military.
Yes, ma'am.
You have seen that even in your daily work,
Yes, ma'am.
you know, out on Fort Benning, and some of them you probably know and served with over your 22 years. But we also know that we have the other end of the spectrum. So how can people help you to help us with our young men? Because the Joshua, is that the name of it?
Sons of Joshua.
Sons of Joshua. Young adults, young men.
7 to 17.
7 to 17, and it's free.
Yes.
So when you hosting events, how do we get this word out? You're having counseling if they need that, mentoring if they need that, right? Because sometimes they just need a man to talk to. We have, unfortunately, you said, you know, your parents were not married, your grandmother raised you. We have to remember that we have some young guys that's been 3 generations of women.
That's right.
There's not been a man in the house.
That's right.
Now, our men ain't good men. I was raised by a man. Our mother died when we were very young. So from 7 years old until he moved to Reward at 92. So I'm a daddy's girl. But I can say that I did grow up with people that there was never a man in the house.
But prior to any young men launching this ministry, it's required that they do background checks. So I will have background checks on file with my men that are working with other young men to protect ourselves from, you know, different things that happen in nature. Because that's the most important.
That's your military mind. Go ahead.
Yes.
But that's a good thing.
But I'm not trying to get sued by nobody. So you want to make sure everyone is clear to work with them based on, especially in my job, because it's critical what we do. And in that essence, we want to just get them early to help them. Yes, they're going to come and get a word, but they're going to understand life as we're building this spectrum of the young men. Because I tell the fathers, how can your son, grandson know who we are when you don't bring them to the table?
Exactly.
I just need to get to the table.
Exactly.
So that's how the community can help me if I can get to the table with a church here, a church there, because it's more
a community
organization.
Right.
Where I can get to the table to talk about what we're doing, how we're advancing in the kingdom of God and helping our young men stay on that track.
Right. Because we want to see them as a part of the servant men's ministry.
Yes, ma'am.
We don't want to see them at juvenile court.
No.
And we don't want to see them at superior court.
No, ma'am.
Because then now we have a barrier. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, ma'am.
And then some of those barriers will follow and it will block progress.
That's right.
And you know this from being a leader in the military.
Yes.
If you have something over here as a juvenile, it could stop you from going into the military.
That's right.
There are some things that can be hashed out. My amazing friend, Judge Ben Richardson, he's simply amazing, and he's, besides Superior Court judge, he's the Veterans Court judge. But he was able to help some young men here that lived in public housing that had some missteps. And when they got to Iraq, they got in the military, they flew a flag for him. So I've had him on this show.
That's great.
So he believes in restoration, restoring lives and second chances. But we got to have people on the front end to help them to understand that you can do something over here that could just follow you the rest of your life.
Yes, ma'am.
And so that's what you all are going to be out in the community.
Yes.
So we have a lot of community events. I saw that you all were in one place, and I saw your nice banner and all that, because, you know, I know you security, high level, big time, you know, all over the world security, because you know a good friend of mine, she's retired, Vanessa Golden. But we want to have you out in the community at all of the various events.
Yes, ma'am.
So a lot of them are for nonprofits. You can set your table up, and that's how you're going to meet other community providers and collaborators.
Yes.
So I always give an assignment. David, our videographer, he knows this. I don't know if you know the chaplain at Safe House Ministries.
I don't know him.
I want you, this is your assignment, and your wife is here in the studio with us. I love giving a wife assignment. Neil Richardson.
Okay.
That is the homeless shelter, but they have homeless families with children.
Okay.
They have homeless women, and then they feed the general population homeless every day.
Okay.
And he's an amazing community resource partner, and now they've started up in partnership with the Fort, which is where I was for the Trauma Anonymous meeting last evening, and that's where they hosted the training. They're starting up a daycare, and it's all in the faith.
Wow.
Right. So those are the real workers in the community. And I just don't want you to get caught up with the people that do photo ops, because your story is a powerful story.
Yes, ma'am.
Your focus is the right focus.
Yes.
And again, I'm not a preacher nor the preacher wife type. Not. But we need someone that's sincere.
Yes, ma'am.
About, and I know, because you've told me your story now, I get it. My husband told me I was going to get it when I talked to you. So those are the kinds of community resource people
Yes, ma'am.
that I want to be, make sure that I connect you with him. Okay. And we're going to do that today.
Also, I'm a part of the DAV, Chapter 66 out of Phoenix City.
Okay.
So we do service work for our veterans and family members for getting their claims done. They don't have to pay nobody. Just come visit us 9 to 1 on Tuesday and Thursday. We have 2 locations, one in Smith Station tag office and one on 1427 28th Avenue in Phoenix City.
Okay,
so
and that's the DAV.
DAV.
In Phoenix City, right across the bridge.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And that helps the military, former veterans and their families
Yes, ma'am.
with getting the resources and support that they need.
Yes, ma'am.
See, and that's what I'm all about. We want to educate, inform, and give people the tools that they need
Yes, ma'am.
to be good, productive citizens and give them a better quality of life.
Yes.
Well, I'm excited about the Servant Men's Ministry, and you will probably be telling my husband, tell your wife don't give me another assignment, because I have no shame.
I'm okay.
The people come on this show. No, I have no shame, because that is the only way we're going to make our community better for everybody.
And that's the
Do
only
you
way.
have, you have parting words?
Oh, the only thing I have is I want to thank you for this opportunity, and those who view this, that this is a serious mission that God has put me on in this time. This is a 33-year journey. 1991, I started my mentorship at 17 years old, and in 2024, I launched the ministries. That's 33 years I've been on this journey to come to fruition that God has put me on. So I'm excited to get in this community on both sides of the plains.
In the Chattahoochee Valley.
Chattahoochee Valley.
That's counties on both sides of the river.
Both sides of the river.
All right.
And I want to thank you again for this opportunity, and my wife for coming to support, and all our leaders that support this ministry.
All right. Well, I'm excited, and we're going to get some things done.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm hopeful.
I'm hopeful.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. This has been Straightforward. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Until next time, be blessed.
What up, world? What's up, Columbus? Be sure to tune in every Sunday, Straightforward with Gloria Strode, right here on NBC 38.